Here's a video on a high efficiency wall done easily. So real simple, it's 2x6 construction, and if you look, it's actually got like a netting on it with blown in fiberglass. So what that allows is, if you look, there's a netting that's put on first, then it's blown in fiberglass through the holes, so it's all dense packed in there. Then I ripped some 2x4s down and they're nailed in, so you end up with this chase right here. That's for wiring and plumbing, and you can see down here it's a metal box, and there's your wires running through the floor. It gets sealed off. Those are a narrow box for metal, is why we ended up using those. They're narrow, they're 1.5 inches. That allows you to have 0 penetrations on your walls, and you don't have any breaks at those points. So lots of neat things there. Another thing in efficiency is thermal break. That's cold that penetrates through an object. For those who don't know, like if you put an iron steel into a wood stove, right, it heats up through that, conducts heat or cold, and the framing does the same thing. So this allows you to get rid of a lot of thermal breaks. Like if we look over here, I have a header here set for an addition. In the future, you can see there's my header. I actually have it insulated right there in the header, so you actually get insulated headers. Well, here's thermal breaks too. There's all your fire blocking right there. Here's your sets for your door. Well, those are all thermal breaks too. So saving a lot on energy efficiency by having a reduction in thermal breaks. Another thing for energy efficiency is down at the bottom, right down here, that's where your bottom plate sets. Well, I use a, before I put these battens on, use a high solids caulk, big stretch down at the base. That gives you no air coming through at that bottom plate. Another thing is, this is the lower level. You'll notice, because you get to use this wire and plumbing chase for future additions of electrical, your electrical plugs, or if I want to add plumbing like hot or cold, you can actually put your hot and cold on the exterior wall. They don't have to run through the floor like or through a cabinet. Another thing is, if you look at the top right here, that's what my floor is on right there. That's a ledger that's actually fastened into the framing. Instead of building your lower floor and then your upper floor on top of your lower, which creates basically air gaps to the exterior wall, these are continuous all the way to the top. And what that allows is, this is all batted in, all that insulation goes all the way through there. There's no breaks. So you get a completely no break system. And then I insulated the floor for sound. And that's basically, in a nutshell, that's the easiest and most efficient way of getting an efficient wall, in my opinion. And this is based off of someone else's ideas. If you look up Swedish platform framing, you'll get a good idea of kind of how this can work. But there's other advantages, not just because of the electrical and ledging and being able to blow in that pack, that insulation in, being able to get insulation in your headers, which are huge weak points, but also in other parts, particularly in vaults, or where your actual ceiling meets, not an interior, but where your ceiling will meet right up here at the top. Those are weak points between where the insulation meets. Those are always a weak point. So I'm going to show you on the vault. We'll jump ahead and I'll show you where that allows now for another easy way to get higher efficiency. So we'll go up. So this is an open vault. Now typically in a floor, your walls to ceiling, this joint right here, where it meets the 2 points, is a weak zone. It always is cold. And if it's cold outside like today and it's warm in here, you can actually feel cold air wanting to pull its way in right at this point. Well, what I did is, because I have this wiring chase right here, that allows me to be able to drop a bat over the top in between those points and seal up that area. Super easy to do and super cheap. So this is my efficient wall for all you building nerds and framing guys. So thank you very much.